Michikatsu Sugikuni is one of the strongest characters in Demon Slayer. Twin of the one and only Yoriichi, the inventor of sun breathing, he's arguably the second strongest Demon Slayer in the entire show. But although he's the brother of the inventor of breaths, he couldn't master sun breathing and invented his own derivative, which is moon breathing. So, what would happen if Michikatsu actually was able to master it? Well, I came up with two different scenarios that I think make the most sense. One that causes Michikatsu to turn down Muzan's offer and stay a Demon Slayer, and the other one is although he knew sun breathing, Michikatsu still became a demon and chose the path of evil. Let's start with the first one, shall we? After Yoriichi teaches Michikatsu the ways of sun breathing, he is amazed how effective it can be to slice demons. Soon, his sword turns red and Michikatsu slays demons left and right. He's still bothered by his weakness compared to his brother, but this time, he uses his feelings as fuel to keep training and swears that although his brother doesn't think sun breathing is special, he will make sure that sun breathing will be passed on to his descendants. On the fateful night of his meeting with Muzan, the Demon King offers Michikatsu to turn into a demon, but he refuses. An epic battle starts, where Muzan sees that Michikatsu's techniques and swords are effective and causes his regeneration to slow down. Eventually, Michikatsu can't hold much longer against Muzan's attacks and chooses to run away the moment he can. Injured and demoralized, he goes to the Demon Slayer headquarters to tell everyone about his meeting with Muzan. Eventually, Yoriichi sees his brother injured and tries to comfort him. Knowing that his brother is too kind, he makes Yoriichi swear that he will never try to reason with the progenitor of demons, and if they ever meet him, to kill him on the spot. He also told Yoriichi that Muzan has 5 brains and 7 hearts, a fact that shocks Yoriichi, but then he realized that he needs to create a form to counter it, which made him invent the 13th form while talking to Michikatsu. Yoriichi meets with Muzan all the same, but now he's much more prepared. Muzan launches an attack on Yoriichi, and at that moment, Yoriichi slices at him with his 13th form. But the moment Muzan drops to the floor, confused, Yoriichi attacks again and finally kills Muzan on the spot. The future of Japan is bright because the progenitor of demons is dead, and everything seems much better. Let's move to the second scenario, when Michikatsu turns into Kokushibo, which makes the story much darker than it already is. Kokushibo agrees to turn into a demon, and now his blood demon art is much stronger, a fact that scares even Muzan a bit. The fight between Yoriichi and Muzan is the same. Muzan is beaten and runs away, but this time Yoriichi knows that his brother can use sun breathing while being a demon. And he feels guilty about it because his brother is killing demon slayers left and right. Fast forward 60 years. Yoriichi and Kokushibo are meeting all the same. But Kokushibo thinks that because he turned his sun breathing into a blood demon art, he can finally beat Yoriichi. But it's no use. Yoriichi is still too good, and Kokushibo feels his anger rushing through his body. And while looking on his dead brother's corpse, standing there, I did everything! I used your breath techniques and made it mine! I even enchanted it, using blood demon art. And still, you're better than me. I hate you. And I'll make my sun-breathing technique better than yours, even if it's the last thing I do. Fast forward to the Infinity Castle arc. We see Kokushibo and Muichiro talk about the fact that he's his descendant, but something different happens when Kokushibo decides to cut off Muichiro's arm. Suddenly, Muichiro sees that Kokushibo can use the first breath, and this fact makes him tremble with fear. The first breath as a blood demon art? You gotta be kidding me! While Muichiro is stuck on the wooden pole, Sanemi arrives all the same and attacks Kokushibo. Muichiro screams at Sanemi to be careful because he can use the first breaths as a blood demon art. And as Sanemi begins to attack Kokushibo with his wind breathing, he feels a tremendous amount of heat coming towards his way. Kokushibo finally reveals his sun-breathing demon art. Sanemi is surprised by the amount of heat Kokushibo generates with his swipes, and the amazing battle begins between the two. Fortunately for Sanemi, the wind breathing is proving to be effective against the heat of Kokushibo's sun breathing, a fact that Kokushibo mentions and congratulates him on. It seems that our breathing techniques are countering each other perfectly. Shut up, you fucking demon! You're a disgrace to the Demon Slayer Corps! Kokushibo and Sanemi keep fighting, but it's no use. Sanemi gets hit by a few good fire slices and gets burned pretty bad. Kokushibo and Sanemi fight again, but Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing art to cut off Kokushibo's arm. Sanemi is able to use his sun breathing This is when Gyomei steps in to help. Kokushibo is amazed by Gyomei's features and strength, and the epic battle begins. Kokushibo starts showing his abilities to the Slayers while producing immense amount of heat that hurts all of them. Suddenly, something weird happens. Kokushibo starts to see that his attacks are getting less and less effective against the Slayers. Gyomei and Sanemi use their marks to increase their strength, and as the battle goes on, they realize the same thing as Kokushibo. Why is my Blood Demon art getting less effective with each attack? What is going on? We then see a memory of the eventful night against Yoriichi. When Kokushibo is about to draw his sword, we see Yoriichi tell him that his breaths are designed to kill demons, not to hurt humans. And all of his forms are specifically designed to kill Muzan. Now we're moving to the present, where Kokushibo is getting frustrated with each attack, while Gyomei and Sanemi understand that his attacks are getting less and less effective. Sanemi, his attacks are getting less effective. I think that sun breathing is just not compatible to be a blood demon art, and with each attack, we automatically understand it better. This blood demon art of his is designed to kill demons, and he doesn't even realize it. I'll show you, brother. I'll show you that you're not the only one that can create a form of your own. Kokushibo then combines all of the 12 forms of sun breathing into his own version of the 13th form. This huge attack is sending heat waves all over the place and almost kills everyone. But there is another surprise. As the Slayers are defending this huge attack with their weapons, something unbelievable happens. The iron heats up and turns red. The blood demon art of Kokushibo turns the Slayer's blade red, increasing their attack power. Sanemi, our blade turned red, the same as the first breath user. We should all attack him now with all we've got. Kokushibo sees their red blade and remembers his past. All the resentment and pain he went through just to become like his brother with no success whatsoever. Now, I could end the story right now the same as the original, with Kokushibo dying while seeing the image of his brother right in front of his eye. But where's the fun in that? With Kokushibo remembering his past and understanding that his brother's breathing technique is made to kill the progenitor of demons, he suddenly stops moving. The Slayers are confused to see Kokushibo lowering his hands and putting his sword away. Wait, this battle is over for me. All these years, I tried to become like my brother. I even made his breathing technique mine, just to realize that it was his the entire time. I will help you, Slayers. If dying is my fate, at least let me honor my brother's techniques by joining you to defeat that man. The Slayers are confused to see that a demon switched sides to help them out. It's not for your sake. I could care less if you all die right here and now, but I just can't put such dishonor to the original purpose of my brother's sword technique. But we should act quickly. Muzan is busy and can't hear my thoughts, for now. Kokushibo tells them that his plan is to inflict one huge attack on Muzan while they keep him occupied. He knows that the moment he turns on his master, Muzan will just kill him because he can control every cell in his body, so he'll have to keep his mind empty until the right moment. It's not a guarantee, but there's a small chance Muzan will be so preoccupied with all the attacks coming from all directions that it'll give them just enough time for Kokushibo to inflict massive damage on Muzan. Fast forwarding to the Sunrise Countdown arc. Everybody is doing their best to beat Muzan. Tanjiro got the memories of Yoriichi and attacks Muzan with sun breathing just the same as the original story. Kokushibo is able to hide his presence under the rubble of the Infinity Castle while blocking his thoughts. He looks at Tanjiro performing sun breathing and gets nostalgic. He says that this young man, who is not a member of the Sukikuni family, was able to master sun breathing at such a young age. Then he realizes that Tanjiro understood the principle of the 13th form, and decides that this is the time to act. The moment Tanjiro finishes the 13th form, Kokushibo blasts out of the rubble, surprising Muzan, attacking him with his own version of the 13th form, hitting him in his weak spots. Everyone, including Muzan, are surprised to see Upper Moon 1 attacking his master. Kokushibo, you bastard! You betrayed me! And as Muzan gets hit from this huge wave of sun-breathing blood demon art, we see Kokushibo smiling at Gyomei and Sanemi just before Muzan kills him. Muzan is on the floor, barely able to regenerate, and because of this massive damage on his body, the scars of Yoriichi are starting to appear. Everyone, keep attacking Muzan. I don't know why an upper rank helped us, but we need to use this moment to our advantage. Because of Kokushibo's massive damage on Muzan's body, the Slayers aren't weakened. Everyone is using their red swords to hold down Muzan in place and finally killing him. The main difference in this story is because Muzan was weak and the Hashira was able to keep fighting, he didn't have the chance to turn Tanjiro into a demon. The future of Japan is saved, while most of the Hashira stayed alive. Unfortunately, Muichiro, Shinobu, and Genya still died, but Mitsuri, Obanai, and Gyomei stayed alive. If you liked this video, please watch our What If Kokushibo Didn't Become a Demon video.